long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So it looks like the sharks are circling. They smell blood in the water, and that blood belongs to Bob Iger. Blackwells Capital out of New York is suing Disney for access to the books and to look for fiduciary irregularities, etc. And they bring up, they're suing the media giant over what it seems is an inappropriately cozy relationship with Value Act Capital, even to the point where Value Act Capital supposedly ran their pension fund, which Disney denies. It's very funny this happened now. The lawsuit requests books and records in order to determine whether wrongdoing, mismanagement, or breaches of fiduciary duty, including potential violations of disclosure obligations under the federal securities laws, have taken place. Blackwells also maintains that, all right, we heard that one. It's their January 3rd announcement. The Values Act supported the company's board of nominees, and exchange the company would provide information to Value Act and consult with Value Act on strategic matters, including through meetings with Disney board and management. Of course, Disney said this was baseless, which of course any good attorney would say that. That's what they do. However, what's going on here is Blackwells wants to see what the books look like. And we have had questions about $3 billion worth of holes in the books from 2018 and how far back do those holes go, and has Disney actually been overstating their profits? Okay, have they? It would be nice to know. As an investor, it would be nice to know. It could be an Enron issue, to be honest. And the fact that BlackRock, etc., why do people not understand that they've been making noise about wanting to leave ESG behind? I don't understand that. And the CEO of Vanguard has talked outright in public about dropping ESG and DEI because there's no money in it. It's a bad investment. Okay, fine. We all knew that. We could have told them that in 2016. However, now is now. That's the past. All we can do is deal with right now. The future will. God wills be done. Okay. Here's the deal. And another thing that, if you look back in the past when Michael Eisner faced a proxy war, he left after it because they had basically defamed him. Okay, what's going on here is Bob Iger's starting to look like a mortal human being. Okay, he is no longer the untouchable guy anymore. Okay, so if he is able to keep the board he wants, it's a Pyrrhic victory. Okay, it's a Pyrrhic victory because now it's out in public. People want to know what is in the books. Are you actually being responsible with your fiduciary duties to the shareholders? Everything else, I will leave a link to the Deadline article. And also, if you want to subscribe to Kamran's Patreon, that's the best place to hear the discussion, because There's no hate Disney bias there. We just want to know what's going on. And it's a rational, non-emotional conversation. Okay, which is how you get things done is by being rational and being pragmatic, not screaming you want to burn Disney down to the ground because your childhood was ruined. Okay? It's not about preserving your childhood. It's about preserving the culture for your kids. Okay? It's about preserving what makes Western culture so strong and resilient. Not about your childhood, which is, every time I hear people say stuff like that, I just look at them and go, God, are you a narcissist? I mean, that's it. But this is about the Blackwells suing Disney. So the timing is interesting. Next Wednesday, the votes will be counted. There's a company called ProxyVote.com that has already been taking shareholder votes. They're going to count the votes. They're going to put them out there. We will see what happens. But again, I don't think Disney saw the Blackwells lawsuit coming. And really, I mean, now when you start thinking about how much money do they really have, they don't look like the 800-pound gorilla anymore, do they? In fact, after looking at the lawsuit, I've got the legal documents. Deadline had them. I have to say, these are questions that have been asked since Cuba blew the whistle on them. Okay, where'd the $3 billion go? Is there more money missing? Have they been playing the hide the pea game and the shell game with the money that they have? I mean, these are all questions that need to be asked, because if it's true, then what they filed at the SEC has been a lie, and there's going to be a lot of trouble going on. Okay, this could be Enron, Bernie Madoff all over again. All right, and I think the reason why Iger is so keen to keeping Peltz off of the board isn't just because of Ike Perlmutter. It's about, if Peltz looks at the books and has his lawyers and accountants look at the books and see what really is going on, Iger's in a world of hurt. Okay, because this shit happened on his watch. Not to mention the corporate debt incurred by buying 20th Century Fox, and the hundreds of billions of dollars in debt they incurred from everywhere from the U.S. government to the Canadian government. But let's go further. Because, again, like I said, if Iger keeps his board, it's a Pyrrhic victory, okay? And go and Google what Pyrrhic victory means and where it comes from. They're basically a set of meaningless victories, okay? They don't mean anything. Because in the end, there's still failure. Failing to reach the goals, okay? And it has everything to do with the Greco-Roman wars from, I think, post-classical Greece as the Roman Empire was growing, okay? That's where it comes from. But just look it up on Google, Firefox, whatever, okay? But let's look further because it's interesting.
It's a danger. Should I have your ship standing by?
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
The fleet has moved out to flight speed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Apology accepted, Captain Nita.
If you remember the Phantom Menace, Chancellor Valorum was a weakened dictator, or a weakened entity, leader and was given a vote of no confidence by the Galactic Senate, and Palpatine was elected. Now, I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen with Iger, but when you've got investment firms talking about there's a chance he could walk away if Peltz wins, and he and Rasulo are both on the board, yeah, I could see that. There's a big chance. I think that if the vote is close, like very close, that there's a good chance he could walk away because he's weakened. Okay. He won't have the cachet on the board that he did. And just because they're his guys doesn't mean they'll always follow his lead. Okay. There's too much water under the bridge with this guy for the Walt Disney Company and the investors. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with Nelson Peltz and Jay Rasulo wanting to be on the board. Okay. Now, is Iger trying to fix what he broke? Yeah. He's man enough to say, look, I fucked up. I kept Kennedy around. I let Feige do this all-girl Marvel thing, and it pissed everybody off, and it was bad. It was poorly written shit. I let him hire Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, and everything that she filmed had to be refilmed, which cost us money. Okay, don't even get to the reshoots that Kennedy incurred. I guarantee you some of those reshoots cost more than the original budget of the films she was supposed to be making. Okay, that's how bad he mismanaged the so-called talent. I look at Feige as making cotton candy for the brain. I look at Kathleen Kennedy as somebody who is an activist. She's an angry white woman. She hates men, and she shouldn't be where she is. And he knew that in 2018. He saw the blowback from the fans, and that should have indicated to him that she had to go. And after Soilo came in and failed, why was she still resigned? It's supposed to be the last movie she made $1 billion. She's automatically re-signed. Her contract is automatically renewed. That, my friends, is bullshit. Because Soilo was the last movie she made in 2018. Right? Think about it. Okay. And if they hadn't kept The Rise of Palpatine out as long as they did, that movie never would have made $1 billion. But they left it out long enough to scrape up just a bit over $1 billion. That's it. Okay. That is bullshit, and that's Iger's fault. Okay. They can sit there and blame a COVID or whatever. No, bullshit. Iger let her get away with murder. He let Feige get away with making bad choices, and he knew they were bad choices. And when he was faced with it, he said, yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're bad. Now you can go away now. Stop bothering people. Okay? This is the thing. Okay, this is what Peltz and Rasulo, and I know they heard everything from Perlmutter from the Marvel side. Notice how they don't bring up Star Wars and Kennedy. It's because she's already probably out the door. It's one thing that Iger's been dealing with. Okay, and we've talked about that ad nauseum. If you're a newbie and you doubt me, go back all the way back to last July and start watching the videos. Okay? Watch those videos. Because that's where her downfall has started to happen. So here's the rest of this. Okay. We've got Blackwells suing to open the books. We've got Treon, I think 50-50 that Peltz and Rasulo get on the board. Okay, because if I am a big shareholder, and I'm not, but if I was, I'm looking at the money I could be making, and I'm looking at Iger saying, you didn't protect my investment. You know, and I trot out Pixar. I trot out the woke shit. I tried out firing Tim Allen and and putting Chris Evans, the woke little shit, in his place for Buzz Lightyear, and of course, the Dyke relationship in the movie. I would trot out Kathleen Kennedy, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I'd be like, look, none of this made money. All under your watch. You can't blame Bob Chapek for that because this stuff was developed when you were still CEO. Okay. This is where Bob Iger gets weakened. Okay. So even if he does win the board seats, he's not going to be the same Bob Iger from 10 years ago. He will be the 3-pound rabbit in the room, not the 800-pound gorilla. And if Blackwells gets access to the books, well, discovery is going to be fun. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.